Hello children, welcome to biology class. Today we are going to start about a new topic, need for science. Why do we need science? Let me share my screen and show you the PPT. Yes. Why do we need science, children? Why do we need science? That we need to go discuss today. And what are the changes it underwent? What are the changes science underwent? Okay. Yes. Mind mapping. So need for science, we have two basic needs. One is societal perspective and another one is individual perspective. Let's go with the individual perspective. In which way individual perspective, in which way science is useful? So let's go. Why do people conduct experiments, children? In most of the above cases, they are collecting information to test new ideas or to disapprove old ones, isn't it? Scientists always find their greatest joy in a previously unknown facts that explains some problem previously not explained or that overturns some previously accepted ideas. They always collect information to test new ideas or to disapprove old ones. They feel very great and they feel it very proud to say that no, that test was not correct. What I have proved today, that is correct. So in this way, individually for their self-satisfaction, okay, science is useful. In individual satisfaction, when it is coming for individual perspective. But when next we will go with the societal perspective, children. Okay. Yes, societal perspective is nothing but desire. It is a desire to improve the life of people, children. For example, there are many scientists. Because of all the scientists, now we are able to do, we have an idea of our nature, okay, how we need to react, how we need to respond and all. And for the benefit of the mankind, societal perspectives help. Like for example, geneticist, okay, they try to understand how certain characters are passed from one generation to other generation, and biologists tracing the pathways by which diseases are transmitted are clearly seeking information to improve the lives of ordinary people. Earth scientists, they develop better models for the predictions of weather or for the prediction of earthquakes, landslides and volcano eruptions, etc. So are likewise seeking knowledge that can help people to avoid the hardships that have troubled humanity for centuries. So because of the help of all these scientists, we are benefited, right? Mankind is benefited. So in this way, societal perspectives are useful, children. Science we need in that way. And societal perspective also lies in for economic development in a world where nations increasingly view themselves as caught up in economic competition can take support of such science as an investment to their economic future also, isn't it, children? See, many earth scientists develop their work in finding more efficient or more effective ways to discover or recover natural resources like petroleum, ores. Plant scientists seeking strains or species of high yielding fruit, plants and crops are ultimately working to increase the agricultural output that nutritionally and economically enriches nations, isn't it? So in every aspect, every scientist is doing something good, isn't it? For the society, for the society, and hence in this way, societal perspectives, in in this way, science is needed in both individual perspective as well as societal perspective. Now, let's go with another topic, children. Just now we have completed with the need for science. Now we will see whether science is changing from one era to another era. Is it changing? Is there any constant change? We will see. If scientists are constantly trying to make new discoveries, children, trying to develop new concepts and theories, then the body of knowledge produced by science should undergo constant change. So such progress towards a better understanding of nature. So change progress towards a better understanding of nature, isn't it, children? It is achieved by constant questioning whether our current ideas are correct or not. Definitely, science will change. Science is not constant. It will change, and it should change also, because for our development, it should change, or else we will not develop, isn't it? So today technology, science and technology have gone so much forward. We are so much forward now. Everything we are doing technically, everything, just like that we are doing all the work, isn't it? Because of the science and technology, we need change, and science will change, and it is just for our development. So there was a scientist known as Karl Popper, children. So in his words, what he said is science is a history of corrected mistakes. That means just imagine, always there will be change, constant change in science. And there was another scientist known as Albert Einstein, children. So every year he retracts what he wrote the year back before it seems. Okay, so every year what he will be writing after that, after 2 3 years, after 1 year, after 6 months, he will go back and he will just go through what he has written, what he has discovered, because he himself is updating with science, and he wanted to change, he wanted to retract back, and he wanted to change his own experiment, like that. So this Einstein, Albert Einstein, will retract, will go back, and he will check what he has written the year back. So many scientists have remarked that they would like to return to life in a few centuries to see what new knowledge and new ideas have been developed by then, and to see which of their own centuries ideas have been discarded. Okay, that means get rid of their own ideas, they discarded, because science is changing. They are updating themselves with a new technology, new science, new experiments. Okay, then they are changing their own theory. That means science is changing constantly. So scientists observe the nature and its laws. They discover the secrets of nature. Based on these discoveries and invention, different innovations takes place. Okay, children. So this is about the need for science and change. Thank you. Hope you understood the class. Thank you all.